Afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Jeffers. We had a pretty cloudy, pretty rainy, drizzly day yesterday. I'm so happy to see the sunshine. Meteorologist Caroline Brown is here with if that's going to continue, Caroline.
I mean, we've got changes coming. Today, completely different than yesterday. Yesterday, it was pretty miserable outside, but today, look how quickly we're warming up. Already in the mid-60s, 64 here in Houston, 64 out in Sugar Land. But we are tracking a cold front that's already pushing its way across our area. Now, a little bit difficult to see with our winds, but the big change is behind the front. You're going to have stronger winds coming from the north. That means right now it's pushed through College Station. It's passing through Brenham, up through Huntsville. Soon it'll be passing through the Houston area. But other than the winds, you're not going to notice an immediate change. We're not tracking a big temperature drop, and we're not even tracking a lot of cloud cover with it. Right now, we've got beautiful sunny skies over Houston. And as we head into the evening, temperatures will start to tumble rather quickly due to those clear skies and the cold air behind the front. Watch this. As we head into this evening, temperatures quickly dropping through the 50s and back into the 40s. Now, as we go through the next few days, a gentle weather roller coaster is in store. Tomorrow, back to the 50s before we warm up into the 70s for Friday. But this time of year, that weather doesn't tend to last long, which is why we're tracking another front to move through on Saturday. Brittany, I'm going to break down our entire cold front forecast coming up.
All right, a lot to talk about. Caroline, thank you.
Stunning.
That's the closest we're going to get to the snow. But
yeah, I mean, we're tracking several cold fronts, but thankfully not expecting anywhere near freezing, so no big impacts. In fact, take a look outside. We are seeing just a bluebird day here across southeast Texas. Some nice high clouds there on the horizon. Otherwise, it's pleasant out there. Actual air temperature 64 degrees. That means we're 8 degrees warmer right now compared to this time yesterday. And a big reason why is that westerly component of the wind. It's coming in at 13 miles per hour. Once our actual cold front pushes through, all of the winds are going to be coming from the north. You can see satellite and radar showing that front pushing into southeast Texas, already passing through College Station and Huntsville, and that's going to keep diving its way to the south. We are going to start to see temperature drops, but for the day today, just going to be breezy, sunny, and pretty mild. Actual air temperature currently sitting in the mid-60s, and as we head into the afternoon, winds will be picking up, but temperatures stay pretty pleasant. Wind gusts right now ahead of the front, about 20 miles per hour. Behind the front, Conroe, Huntsville, College Station, seeing winds gusting to about 30 miles per hour. That means if you're heading out jogging this afternoon, it will be a bit breezy. Otherwise, just a beautiful day to get outside. Temperatures reaching the mid-60s under mostly sunny skies. Now, we are going to do a bit of a roller coaster as we head through the next several days. Tomorrow, another cold day behind that front. We're going to see high temperatures in the 50s, but then by Friday, warming back into the 70s. The reason why, another westerly wind ahead of our next cold front. So let me show you the big picture. Future Track shows our cold front passing through the Houston area by 3 o'clock this evening, and then we're going to see a high pressure system help us stay pleasant for the day on Thursday. As we head into Friday, we'll start to see those winds coming from the southwest ahead of the cold front that's going to push through Friday evening. That's why we're expecting temperatures to reach around 70 on Friday before the cold front pushes through, and that's going to leave us with an incredibly pleasant weekend. I mentioned no low temperatures near freezing, but you will see some cooler lows. Sunday, waking up at 38 here in Houston, which means elsewhere across southeast Texas, mid-30s aren't out of the question, but our temperatures going to be in the 60s behind that second cold front. And it's not just these two fronts. We're going to see a parade of cold fronts with our next significant.
Absolutely beautiful out there, Caroline. It's so nice to see the sun.
I mean, it is lovely, especially after how dreary yesterday was. It was cloudy, it was cold, it was rainy. But I'll tell you what, the mild temperatures with the sunshine, not going to be lasting long. But you can expect to keep the sunshine for the day today. Satellite and radar showing our cold front dropping its way across across the state. Now, you'll notice it's not bringing a whole lot of visible changes on our satellite. No rainfall, no big change in cloud cover, but it is going to be responsible for dropping our temperatures pretty significantly. Tomorrow, you can expect it to be about 10 degrees cooler than what we're seeing today. Now, actual air temperature pretty pleasant ahead of that cold front. Right now, 64 here in Houston, 62 for our friends out in Liberty. Winds are going to be a bit gusty, especially behind the front, but ahead of it, seeing winds gusting up to 22 miles per hour. Pretty soon, that'll be up to 30 miles per hour once that front passes through. So walking the dog this afternoon, breezy, sunny, and really lovely with our temperatures. 66 degrees for our high temperature today. And then as we go through the next several days, we're going to keep tracking several cold fronts. The first cold front moving through today. You'll notice tomorrow much cooler in the 50s. Back to the 70s for Friday before our next cold front bumps us down into the 60s for the weekend. Brittany, we are tracking some 30s for low temperatures. I've got your full forecast coming up.
Gonna need the heavy coat. All right, Caroline, thank you. The middle of the week, and we really couldn't ask for better weather. It's gorgeous out there, Caroline.
It's beautiful. We've got temperatures in the 60s, sunny skies. It is a bit on the breezy side, but I mean, other than that, it's fine. Hard to complain. Yeah. Let me show you what it looks like outside, because this is what I like to call a bluebird day. Not even showing the high clouds we had earlier. As we head through the day today, the big changes is going to be that cold front sweeping its way from the north to the south. This is going to bring with it no storm chances, no big changes other than a shift in the wind. That's going to be ushering in the cooler air as we head overnight tonight, which means if you like the warmer weather, get out, enjoy the 60s we have today. Right now, 66 in Katy, 64 for our friends down on the island. Winds are a bit on the breezy side. Right now, everybody's seeing winds coming in from the northwest, gusting up to about 25. But behind the front, we're talking locations like Columbus, Brenham, College Station, Conroe. That's where we're seeing gusts up to 30 miles per hour. So a breezy night ahead, and that's going to help us cool down efficiently. You can see by 7 o'clock, dropping to 60, by 11 dropping to 50. By tomorrow morning, several spots waking up in the 30s. In fact, here in Houston, 39 degrees. Up to the north, Huntsville and Livingston, we're going to be flirting with that freezing line, 34 to 35 degrees. Now, this is not going to cause any big problems, but it is something to watch. If you've got sensitive, tender vegetation, you might want to cover it up or bring them inside for our friends in our far northern counties. Otherwise, we're going to continue to see morning temperatures in the 40s and the 30s, with our secondary cold front really bumping down those temperatures again for the weekend. Let me show you what this looks like on our future track, because this is the first of two cold fronts within about 3 days. You can see our cold front passes through the day today, and then we're going to see a high pressure system move in. This is going to allow for a beautiful, sunny, but chilly Thursday in store. As we head into the day on Friday, ahead of our next cold front, we're going to start to see winds coming from the south-southwest. That is going to allow our temperatures to warm to near 70 on Friday before that front moves through on Friday night, and then that cool down coming in for Saturday. So our morning low temperatures, that's why on Sunday we're expecting to drop into the mid-30s. The problem with these cold fronts is that it is likely going to increase our allergies. I say that because mountain cedar trees, those tend to peak this time of year. And
as a nice change from the gloomy skies we saw yesterday, Caroline.
Certainly a nice change from what we were dealing with yesterday. We've got plenty of sunshine outside. Temperatures also incredibly pleasant, sitting in the 60s. No clouds in sight from the Southwest Freeway. Actual air temperature right now, 66 here in Houston. Out in Fort Bend County, just 1 degree shy of 70 degrees. Now, we did have a cold front push through the area. In fact, it's been clearing the coast over the last 30 minutes. And that's why, even though it's sunny, it's pleasant, it is very windy outside as well. Winds are coming in from the north with gusts up to 35 and even 40 miles per hour. Out in Brenham, they just saw a 37 mile per hour gust. Here in Houston, 34. So it is a windy night through the evening. Otherwise, though, we've got clear skies. And as we head through the evening, we're going to see temperatures tumble by 8 o'clock, dropping into the 50s. Lisa, I'm talking 30s by tomorrow morning, but all the details coming up.
Okay, we will check back. back, Caroline?
Is because we had a cold front move through.
Yeah.
You haven't probably felt the impacts yet, but tomorrow morning, you are going to notice it. Let me show you where that cold front is because it's been making its way off the coast now, clearing southeast Texas. It really didn't come with a lot of fanfare. We didn't see cloud cover changes, no showers, no thunderstorms. However, it did bring some pretty gusty conditions. A live look down in Galveston, any of the cloud cover they were holding on to, that has been wiped away and replaced with plenty of sunshine out there. Temperatures sitting in the mid 60s, a few locations upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Now we've got clear skies tonight and we have gusty winds coming from the north, and that combination is really going to cool us down efficiently. Winds right now coming in gusting up to 35 miles per hour right now. Cleveland seeing a 26 mile per hour gust, College Station 34 mile per hour wind gusts. So through the night tonight, we are expecting it to stay on the breezy side, and that's ushering in the cooler air. You can see through the evening tonight, temperatures tumble through the 50s and the 40s, 38 by tomorrow morning. In fact, across the board, we're expecting to be in the mid to upper 30s. A few locations, Huntsville, Livingston, flirting with that freezing line, but not expecting any big impacts as temperatures just in the mid 30s for a few hours. Now, as we go over the next 5 days, you'll see temperatures warming to the mid 40s and then back into the 30s for low as we're continuing to see more cold fronts push through the area. So this was the first front pushing through today. As we head into our Thursday, a high pressure system drops in. That's why tomorrow, comfortable, chilly, and sunny with temperatures in the 50s. And then into Friday, ahead of our next cold front, winds will be from the southwest. That's going to warm us to near 70 before this front bumps us back into the 60s for our weekend. So let me show you what that extended forecast looks like because we are seeing sunshine through MLK Day. Now, it does look like our next substantial chance for rainfall, that's going to be moving in Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. That's going to be bringing with it soggy conditions. And then into the following weekend, we're talking temperatures back into the 70s. One thing I want to stress with this, these temperatures are actually very seasonal. Our normal high this time of year, Lisa, is 63.
Drop in temps going into the evening, Caroline.
That's right. I mean, today has been so pleasant, but as we head into the night, we're going to see temperatures quickly plummet. Pretty hard to believe when today has been one of the nicest days we've seen in a while. A live look from the Houston Zoo. You can see the giraffes all lined up outside their stalls, kind of getting ready for bedtime. You'll notice temperatures across the board still incredibly pleasant. Right now, 66 here in Houston. 68 on the island, 64 up in Huntsville. A very mild start to what is going to be a cold night ahead. Dew points, or the measure of moisture in our atmosphere, in the 30s, meaning it is a dry evening. It's going to feel cold and crisp overnight tonight. And what's going to make it feel even cooler are going to be our winds, currently gusting from the north up to 35 miles per hour. This is going to make it feel even colder as you head out the door, which is why tomorrow morning, beanies, not an awful idea. In fact, look how fast we cool down. By 8 o'clock, 58 degrees. Walking the dog at 9 o'clock, 56 degrees. It certainly is going to be a chilly one. And over the next few days, we are doing a little bit of temperature roller coasters. Tomorrow, 58 degrees. We'll warm back into the 70s for Friday before another front takes us into the 60s for Saturday. Lisa, I've got a full look at our weekend forecast coming up.
Okay, Caroline, thank you. Really nice.
It is so nice. And I always think we appreciate sunny days after it's been kind of yucky outside.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, yesterday was just gross. We were cold, we were wet. We had temperatures in the 50s with some front that passed through southeast Texas. It has now completely cleared the coast, which is why we're going to see temperatures tumble overnight. You'll notice live in Galveston, we've got bright blue skies, but this awning here really indicative of what's happening. We've got gusty winds coming through, and that's going to be impacting us through the entire night. Actual air temperature still very comfortable, sitting in the mid 60s under mostly sunny skies, but those winds, they are howling, coming in from the northwest, gusting up to 35 miles per hour, 34 here in Houston, and those winds are ushering in much cooler air. In fact, temperatures dropping through the 50s tonight, in the 40s. By tomorrow morning here in Houston, waking up in the upper 30s. You'll notice low temperatures overnight tonight, mid to upper 30s. Here in Houston, 38 degrees. Huntsville, Livingston, mid 30s. So not expecting any freezes tonight, but some locations are going to be pretty close. It certainly is going to be a cold one. Low temperatures over the next 5 days going to continue to warm up by Saturday, and then another cold front bumping us down into the mid-30s as we head into Sunday. Now that's because we've got a parade of cold front. Another cold front is going to be pushing through on Saturday. So let me show you that big picture view. Our cold front has cleared the coast, and behind it, a high pressure system is dropping in. That's going to allow for a sunny, cool, and beautiful Thursday ahead with high temperatures in the 50s. But then as we head into Friday, you'll notice those winds coming in from the south-southwest. That westerly component going to help us warm up on Friday to near 70 degrees before that second front pushes through. And that's going to bring with it a dramatic drop in temperatures for our Saturday. You'll notice high temperatures on Saturday back to the 50s. So we warm up to the 70s, back to the 50s, but then Sunday and Monday going to be very comfortable sitting in the 60s. One thing to watch with these cold fronts moving through, it is possible we can see that cedar tree pollen really spike behind the cold front. Otherwise, you'll notice on our extended forecast